Rolls here.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so quiet swimmer in this game is absolute crap, and like anything doing with water is just ridiculous. And yeah, let me ask you that before we get started. What's the what's the maturity rating?
We're an adult. We
Yeah, we don't send.
Yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm one of these weird people that need inverted control.
The old style, the
inverted
style.
The gold, exactly. People don't understand that.
Sorry. Starting the camera or the game?
Either
or. Starting the game. Hi.
Welcome, another one.
Oh, there we go. We're on the.
It's Tuesday again. It's Tuesday, my dude.
Your favorite day of the week.
We've got Stacey Palmer here, writer, and did you also direct Morning Sun Monster?
No, I produced.
Producer, writer, and producer.
All sorts of credits on here.
A Matter of Time, Survivor Type, Idiots Are Us, Creepy Tales.
Creepy Tales, Girls Night Out. Pepper.
All sorts of stuff. How you doing today, Stacey?
I'm doing well. I'm trying to figure out the PlayStation control, but I'm getting there.
We're playing Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this game.
Because it's spooky month. Spooky month.
The month of spook.
So this game basically is an adult hide and seek. And, there's 9 players and one is Jason. And if you're not familiar with the films, Jason is just an unstoppable killing machine. So basically your only way to survive is to escape. You can try to kill him, but it's like really tough and you got to do whole bunch of stuff, and you have to actually use teamwork and everything, and that doesn't happen quite often when you're playing with random people.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get picked as Jason because it's a little more interesting as far as watching, but if we're a counselor, I'll try to give you a good show. So each level starts off with like that poor guy getting killed. Oh look, and we are nice. Jason. So
nice.
We should switch over to the game footage.
Switch to the game.
Okay, so I have not played on PlayStation yet, but I play fairly often on Xbox.
See, I played one round earlier just to kind of get used to it, and I came to this room as a counselor and picked up the sweater, and I didn't know if that was something specific to the movie, or because I don't actually remember the movie or the lore at all, but just wondered if you knew anything about that sweater.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm throwing my knives, and I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I'm just, yeah. Okay, so, so Jason has to stop the counselors, and to do that, there's a bunch of different ways for the counselors to escape, and right now where I'm at is the fuse box, because I don't want them to call the police. Because if they call the police, that kind of sucks, because then they can all, like, escape. But with the cars or the boat, only, like, there's one car where only 2 people can escape in. Oh, and that's the knife, okay. That's the grab. And then there's another car where 4 people can escape in. So you want to make sure that you trap those up. So this is the 2-seater. And so...
Datsun. Hatchback.
So it relies heavily on, like,
Slash your
knowing
tires.
Yeah, there you go. I like knowing the map. And
yeah. And, you know, and unfortunately, like, this game only has, like, 3 maps. Well, actually, I think 1 just came out, but... So what I'm doing, I'm just kind of making sure that, like, when things get tense, that the counselors don't have anywhere to go.
Oh, nice. Just pre-chopping.
Pre-game, full setup.
Yeah, because they'll run, and so yeah, and he thinks he's gonna have a good time here at Camp Crystal, but that's not gonna happen. Okay, so I got my shift ability, which should allow me to...
Oh, what? To, like, just go right up behind him. Oh, what?
Okay,
oh,
so
damn.
I got him, and
oh,
now...
that hippie dead.
Yeah. And so...
Oof. Oh. Flower power is no match for my glower power.
Don't stop, Jason.
So, this is another ability, and it's your sense ability, and so basically you can see where the counselors are, but you can it only works for, like, you know, like 10 seconds or something. So I saw that the, like,
oh.
So she hit me with a flare, so I'm stunned, and this annoys me a lot when I play. So, oh, now she's gonna throw firecrackers at me, and that's gonna stun me again. But she's not taking advantage. Oh, she's.
Oh, what?
Who is that? God, I can't look.
Who is that?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you can, like, just teleport all over the place.
Yeah, Jason is super overpowered. And she thought she was gonna get away, and so I throw her through a window.
Put you through a wall.
They deserve to die,
Which for some reason doesn't break the window.
Make them suffer.
It's been so long since I've seen any of these movies. I remember they did one in space.
Uh-huh. Let's see what person's going. And see, this is the... Okay, so you get stuck on stupid things all the time with this chair. And it gets really annoying. And so right now I just got my stalk ability. And what that does is it turns off the music. And basically...
oh, the music cues that warn them and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Ah.
So...
Oh, she's in a little bikini there.
Yep. All right.
Everybody knows the girl in the bikini dies. Like, round 1. You like that grab move.
Yeah, well, you can either grab them and perform, like, a kill like that, or you can kind of, like, I keep throwing the knife.
Make them suffer
you can slash them with your axe, but...
Yeah, I just got straight up slashed when I played. I didn't do any of that fancy stuff.
Wow.
Can you, like, grab them and then take them to... Because I saw there was, like, context kills, so you could, like, grab them and take them to a special place to get more points or whatever.
You can.
Is that like kind of like with the window kill?
Yeah.
Like a throw them onto a spike or sneaky, sneaky.
So basically, what just happened was somebody set off one of my traps, and so I morphed over to here so that way I
Corner them.
yeah. But yeah, so this is I mean this is pretty much the game as Jason.
Just wreck stuff.
Yep.
So were you a fan of the movies growing up, or?
I was. The movies terrified me. I grew up in New Jersey, and the place where they filmed the original was about 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and so you know we would naturally go there all the time. It was like a Boy Scout camp, and you weren't really supposed to go there, but. But yeah, the film scared the hell out of me when I was young, and so finally, like one day, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch these movies because I don't like that feeling of
Face your fear.
Yep.
Was that like one of the? Because you do a lot of horror. A lot of your work is horror, and like so. Is that like one of the ones that inspired you a lot, or?
Yeah, definitely the like 80s slasher film is one of my favorite subgenres of horror films. The film that I wrote, the Morningside Monster, was kind of my homage to slasher style films, and definitely Friday the 13th was one of those films.
Do you like more Freddy or Jason?
Oh, Jason. Nah, there's no argument there.
I always liked The Thing. That's the one that always got me as a kid.
Yeah.
I recently got to see that I saw that last year at the Plaza, and it was really good. Got to see it in theaters.
dang.
Oh! You got shot.
I did.
No matter what they do to you, you cannot die.
So
You can never die.
You can never die.
well, that's,
Never
that's
die.
easy.
Won't ever die. You won't ever get old.
Cocoon. Yeah, so that voice was Jason's mother. If you're familiar with the series, you know Jason's mother plays a big part. And in this, basically, she gives you cues on to, you know, encourage you to kill people.
It's a theme. That's a theme in horror. I mean, like back to Psycho, though, like the Oedipal mother, and then the deranged son, and even Carl that we were talking about earlier, has that whole Oedipal mother aspect to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's become one of those cliches at this point. And I think, like, the last film that I really saw do it was, Scream 2.
I
Oh,
haven't seen
I'm in.
Scream movies in forever. I used to like those as a kid. I just liked the costume. I think I went as Scream like 2 years for Halloween. Oh, you got Bear Trap?
Yeah.
Let them.
Sometimes you eat the bear. Sometimes the bear eats you. Do a lot of door chopping in this game.
That's true. Okay, so...
Oh, you got him. You got him.
So they're trying to get the car started,
Oh.
and so they may be able to get away, because I'm still not used to my controls.
There you go.
Oh, and there's 4 of them? No,
They were all trying to
that's
get
not
out of the
going to
car.
happen. Oh. Okay, so they can get pocket knives, and they stab you in the neck, and again, that's really annoying because then it disorients you.
Oh. They're driving away.
Yeah, they're gonna try.
Snap.
Oh, nice! Nice!
But yeah,
That's
this is
great.
not my first
Not your first rodeo, eh?
right. And so if they were smart right now, they'd be in the car and driving away because
Make them suffer like
the animation kills, some of them are longer than others. And since this is, we're like level 1, we only have so many kills and these are some of the longer ones. So if these counselors are smart, they'd be getting away right now. But I'm not sure.
You're
what
not
they're
very
doing.
smart. Oh, you're raging. You rage cage.
So she's gonna make me chase her.
It's just like the movie.
Oh no, my ankle.
Yeah, you know, the thing about this is, you know, as much crap as it had with its launch and everything. Oh, this person's trying to get away too? Like, it's really faithful to the
It's like
series.
a NASCAR driver just right out the window.
And another pocket knife.
Jason. Don't let them.
They're annoying.
So how did you get started in actually making movies?
I had a father who was really into yeah, he got a video camera and he was really into like making like stop motion stuff. And he would incorporate like footage from, and like this is going back to the 80s, so it was all like VCR to VCR, but he would incorporate like footage from real movies, like the Millennium Falcon flying and stuff, and then we would, you know, me and my brother and my friends and stuff, we would write stories, and then he would act them out. Well, we would act them out, and with our action figures, and we would do stop motion films, and then he would incorporate the, you know, the real footage of like TIE fighters or whatever, and
Kill for mother.
and so. Yeah, so that's kind of like the early beginnings.
Did you hear that? It's funny, I kind of got started because I had a Lego, one of those Lego Studio cameras, and did a bunch of stop motion. So those were a lot of the first movies for me, and it's like they're always labors of love.
That's my
'Cause you've got to
boy. Mommy
just
has
every little frame.
come home.
Yeah. But yeah, so
There's that
we,
sweater.
yeah, we would spend our summers just doing that, and
Jeez, you cleaned up.
yeah,
Demolition Derby.
and you get a lot of that, especially since it's an online game. That after you kill people, they'll quit.
Oh, right.
You know,
Quit? No,
so.
never.
And so yeah, so I really liked writing when I was younger, and again I grew up in New Jersey, and the area that I grew up in New Jersey was it was really a cool area. It was north central New Jersey, a little town called Wharton, and one way if you went 20 minutes you were in New York City, and the other way you were in like East Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania, and so like we were kind of in the middle of that. And where I lived, like right behind our house, was 15 miles of woods. And so I spent a lot of my summers like just running around the woods. and there weren't a lot of children in our neighborhood, especially my age. There were some who were my brother's age, who about 3 or 4 years older than me, and they didn't want really anything to do with me tagging along with whatever the hell they were doing. So I would spend a lot of the summer in the woods running around, and I had a big German Shepherd dog, and his name was Quanis. And we would go and we would wake up at 8 in the morning and go into the woods, and then just run around the woods until 6, and then and then go home for dinner. And while I was having these adventures with my dogs, I was creating just worlds and characters and stories, and that's kind of where it developed, and then it's just kind of stayed as far as writing. And then my actually first professional film job was a short story I wrote called Daria 13, was picked up and produced for an anthology trilogy, which was Creepy Tales. Yeah, let's mute these guys. We don't need to hear what you need to say there, Nick.
I don't know, man.
Are we? Do we have a microphone
No, I don't
going?
think.
Okay.
Actually, the camera might be a mic. Can you guys hear us? Mic check.
Yeah.
Not you guys from the stream. You guys from the game.
Hey,
I
we're not
don't-
gonna turn ourselves off, maybe.
Because we have a little. Yeah. See. Yeah.
Well, they can listen. We'll just mute them. Yeah. So my first professional writing project was this horror anthology called Creepy Tales, and I did one story for the first film, and then we did the second one, and I did
What year
two
was
stories.
this?
Oh, that was 1999. That we did Creepy Tales, the first one, and then the second one, I want to say it was 2001, 2002, something like that. And then after that, we did a comedy, and this was with a company called Cinema Sky, and my friend Chris Vaglio, who I played in bands with, went to film school, and one of his classmates, this guy Mike Rusin, was looking for scripts, and I happened to have one, and we connected. And so this time we are going to be a counselor, so...
Run away! I just love that expression on
I have to do something. I have to escape.
the guy's face when he gets shot.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, there's internet memes and everything about that guy. That's Chad.
fucking Chad.
You can hide under the bed.
You can hide under the bed. So basically what I'm doing, here you go, I'm going under the
I'll
bed.
never find
We'll
you.
just stay
Yeah.
here. That's the rest of the stream.
Yeah.
Up there.
You don't know, after you die, you can watch people, and you'll see people just the whole time under a bed, and that doesn't really work. Okay, so
I guess with that sensibility, it's pretty easy to kind of
Where's your pocket
see
knife?
where people are hidden.
yes, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna take the wrench. Okay, so
I like that they really nailed the damsel run. Kind of a panicked desperation in the flailing arms.
yeah.
Is there any kind of fear mechanic in this?
There is. So the more that you see Jason, or you come across a dead body, or he turns off the lights,
Anyone there? This is not.
your screen starts to go
We
dark,
need your help.
and
Jason is
you lose
killing
your
us.
mini map,
We need your help.
and
Jason is alive.
and so you run around, you get this cool little flashlight, and so you run around and just basically I'm looking for things to survive with, and I'm looking for parts to the car or the boat, or the fuse to the fuse box so I can call the cops. And
So how about the ham radio? Did that actually? Does that actually trigger a victory or?
So what that does, if you're familiar with the films, Part 4 introduced a character called Tommy Jarvis, and it was played by a young Corey Feldman at the time.
Oh, nice.
And so he was the first one to officially kill Jason, because like little known fact, like parts 2, 3, and 4 are actually like a semi-trilogy. And so long story short, part 6, like Tommy comes back as an adult to try to he's like in a mental hospital and keeps thinking that Jason's alive, and anyway goes to try to cremate his body and then accidentally brings him back to life.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
You know? And so so what that radio is in this game is to call Tommy Jarvis, and basically what that is a character who has died gets to respawn, and you know
okay, so that actually happened to me the game I played, and I had no idea why I spawned as this guy. But, alright, so that makes sense now. Because I died and I was like, why are you rewarding me by respawning me with a shotgun?
Yeah.
What is this game?
I usually, like, unless I'm playing with, like, a group of people that I know, I usually won't call them because half the time you get the person who died first, and half the time they died first because they did something stupid. And yeah, and so so you get that person back, and then they now have like a shotgun.
Dead weight.
Yeah. So someone's already been in this cabin. Come on, get out.
I haven't seen.
No, I don't want to. Where's my map on this? No, I don't want to.
I think it might be the option button in the this one or something.
Oh, is that a button?
Or try that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there.
nope,
That's share button.
Okay. This one?
Oh.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
We'll figure it out.
One of these ones? No.
Does that mean they're closing in on you?
That means like something is happening. Either Jason got more power, or somebody died, or somebody put like a part in one of the vehicles. So here's where it gets really frustrating, is like a lot of these cabins have already been raided. So when you bring up your map, it kind of shows you. Oh no, I don't want that. Give me back my pocket knife. It shows you what's been done, like as far as like the cars, or you know, what's been repaired and whatnot. But
First aid spray. So when did you make the transition to like start producing stuff?
When I moved to Atlanta in 2006, I didn't really know. I didn't know anybody. I knew one person, and so you know, I still like making films and stuff. And so Jason's been here. So I just started creating my own stuff, my own content, and then I entered like the 48-hour film festival. Oh, okay, there's
There you
the
go.
fuse.
That's a big fuse.
Yeah. And then I met who would eventually become my producing partner down here in Atlanta. I met Chris Etheridge, and we started a company back in 2009. What year is it now? 2018, 17?
17.
One of those.
Yeah, okay, so here is the fuse, and a good Jason will have trapped it. But I do have the pocket knife, and I'm going to go use that so I can... Okay, so now I'm not really sure how to
Ooh.
play the mini game
Clever
on this
girl.
one, so let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, so I messed up, so he heard that I messed up, and
Damn.
he may come and try to kill me.
Oh no!
Yep, and there he is.
Oops.
Oh, no. Oh, that's
Oh,
Tommy.
it's Tommy.
Oh, okay.
Tommy came to help.
You do it,
Get your
Tommy.
call.
Because Tommy can...
Well, he can cover you
Yeah.
the gun there.
He can do it. So Tommy's like super...
He's a super counselor.
Yeah, okay, so he can do it like real quick, as to my counselor's not the brightest, so it takes her a little longer. All right, so fix the phone, dude. What are you doing? Fix the phone.
I don't know.
Does he not have
See,
the...
and this is why I don't call in Tommy. All right, so I will
on,
fix
Tommy.
the phone. So see, I got to do this mini game like, okay, so now Jason's here. Great, good going, Tommy. Thank you. So whereas I had like 100 little mini game things that I had to do, Tommy Jarvis only has 2. So he could have easily done that, and I'm going to leave him because he's going to get killed. And I'll come back to that. Actually, I should have probably left the fuse.
No, he's following.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is like.
Oh no.
And so, like in the bottom right-hand corner, you have like this health, or not health bar, it's your stamina. And so, like if you crouch and kind of stay in the light, it goes up quicker. Okay, so I'm going to kind of walk back that way and see what's going on.
So what prompted your move down from New Jersey? Like, what brought you down to Atlanta? Just did you hear the industry was buzzing, or?
No. And it was actually 2006, like right as like everything really took off.
I was still in high school.
Oh, get out. So see, Jason put another trap. Ooh, Jason. Okay, so we're just going to leave the fuse here for someone who can actually put it in. And
not my problem.
Yeah. And so yeah, I had met a girl, and we had hit it off, and
Those.
yeah, and she lived in Atlanta and I lived up there, and we did the long distance thing for a little bit, and then kind of flipped a coin, and I ended up here.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and you know, that didn't work out, but I really enjoyed being down here. Yeah. And you know, and I bought a condo and established a life down here, so I was like, all right, well, I'll stay down here. And that was fine because, yeah, that was like right like when Walking Dead started happening and Zombieland and all those films started to take off. And I knew a lot of the people that were working on those shows and those films. And then a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, he had a screenwriting class, and I took that. And his name was Philip Nutman, and he used to write for Fangoria magazine. And so him and I hit it off as friends, and so yeah, so he was always going to all these sets like Walking Dead. Oh, okay, there's the gas. I got to give up my flare gun, but you know, if I can get the gas, yeah. Yeah, so he was always going to sets and telling me, he's like, yeah, you're going to love this new show, you know, like, you know, Walking Dead, and we're filming down here, and you should come down. And so, so he was actually my introduction to a lot of the film people that I know and continue to work with to this day. And yeah, you know, he was a good guy. He passed away a few years ago, and you know, that was hard. And he actually, oh, look at this. We're gonna snake this, maybe. Maybe I can get this gas in and steal the boat and get away in the boat.
Oh.
Jeez.
I know. It's horrible.
I guess it.
You're used to Xbox too, or
Yeah, but it's okay. Okay.
there you go.
We did it.
All right, so I got
I'm
that.
on a
here.
boat and it's
Okay.
going fast and I got a nautical theme,
Okay.
Kashmir Afghan.
I don't know which is my map, so we're just gonna kind of cruise around the lake
This is
here,
kinda-
and hopefully we'll find the exit.
Go for a ride.
Yeah, what's Jason gonna do?
He's gonna probably try to come out and
Teleport onto the boat and choke you to death.
I thought
yeah.
he was afraid of water or something.
No, he's pretty good in it. Well, it depends on your Jason. Each Jason has like different like strengths and abilities. Okay. So I'm totally gonna see those two buoys there, unless like Jason springs up.
GTFO.
Yeah. So. All right. So I escaped, and now we get to.
You left all your friends behind.
Yeah. And now we get to and we got the Chad as a Dick Award. And so basically that's if you leave with a vehicle while there's still teammates alive.
Oh,
if you
funny.
leave by yourself.
Is that a reference to one of the movies or something? Or?
Yeah, well, like the Chad character is based on like the preppy, like kind of stuck-up character that's in, you know, that's kind of the trope of all those movies. So yeah, so basically it's like Chad, you know, like. So it looks like there's only one person left, and this is kind of what we were talking about. They're just hiding in a closet.
Is this like their view?
Yeah.
Out of the closet, man.
You know, it's so much easier when you do.
Did you ever work with Adam Minorovich in town?
It doesn't sound familiar. What
He
what does
works
do?
with Rob a little bit, and he was in the first season of Walking Dead. I was curious.
Oh, maybe was he whatchamacallit's husband? The
abusive one.
Yeah, I have met him through Rob at like conventions and stuff.
He's a character. Oh, I don't think she's gonna make it.
No, not
I
if
like
she's
that
a
Saved by
cop.
the Bell top though.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Sweet windbreaker.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing they really kind of nailed is like the game is supposed to take place in the 80s, and so yeah, so the characters are kind of
It was a simpler time.
yeah.
I don't know. I was born '88.
Really?
Yeah.
I was too.
Really?
We're from the same hometown too.
Real?
Come to Georgia.
That's
We're getting there is half the fun.
so we survived.
Here, you wanna, Corey? You wanna
Do you want to
do
go
a round? I'll do a round.
Yeah,
or
I'm
you
still
can do a round.
processing. You
You're
can
still
do
processing one. All right.
There you go.
Now Jason's gonna go back to his
Yeah.
Jason check. Does it show all the skins?
Um.
No. I was wondering if there'd be like heads for all the.
Oh
the
no, there's like a little screen at the end that kind of shows you how people died and
Unscathed.
yeah. So we were the only one to escape.
Oh wow! And it's all because we were selfish.
Yeah.
Decapitated snack.
Hey, well, I tried putting in that phone fuse, which
did.
would have
True.
called the
Tommy
cops
would've-
for everyone.
Man, if Tommy had just been on the ball.
But you know, opportunity. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I got some more questions here.
Sure.
I feel like, let's see. What's your favorite project that you've worked on?
Oh. God, that's hard. I mean, each, you know, like, it's so cliche, but, like, each one is, like, a part of, like, I mean, you guys all, like, everybody in this room works somewhat production or film, but for people who don't, it's a long process from beginning to end, and it's a hard process at points. So you have to have a real passion, and you have to have a real love for it. And I know this is kind of a long answer to a short question, but like when people ask me all the time, oh, can you put me in a movie? I want to work on a movie. I want to do this and that. I'm like, okay, are you prepared to lay in a pile of leaves in the middle of November underneath a car holding a boom mic at 3 in the morning for like 6 hours? And if you can't answer yes to that, well, like, film might not be for you.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to, like, we all do that. Like,
80-hour weeks and early call times.
So, so as far as projects go, each one is like kind of like a little offspring that, you craft and create and, hope that it goes out into the world and is loved and adored, and sometimes it's hated and extremely critical, but such is life. So yeah, the cop out on your answer, I really don't have one.
I get that way whenever anyone asks me what my favorite movie is. I can't just pick one.
I can usually rattle off like a top 5 maybe. I'd say Perfume is probably like up there. It's so good.
You've recommended that.
I never heard of it.
It's based off a book. I can't read, so I've never read it, but it's really good. It's got Alan Rickman in it, and I have no idea. The guy from I Heart Huckabees, the older guy.
Oh,
not
Dustin Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman. He's
Really?
in it.
I Heart Huckabees was your Dustin Hoffman? I mean...
That's the one I know. That's the one I know.
The
That's
Graduate,
also one of my favorite.
Kramer versus Kramer.
See, not as familiar with that as compared to I Heart Huckabees. I don't know. What, do you have like a top 5, or do you have a...
Yeah, like my favorite movie ever is Jaws. And I just I love it. And it's like probably the earliest like theater memory I have is going to see Jaws with my mother and my brother, and like like probably one of the re-releases because it came out the year I was born. But I remember very vividly the scene where whatchamacallit, Richard Dreyfuss, not Brody, not Quint, Hooper. God, forgive me, world. So when Matt Hooper goes under the boat and is exploring the wrecked boat and finds the tooth and the body comes out, and I just remember like being terrified of that. And then, but it became like a tradition in our house to watch Jaws, and so grew up watching Jaws, and so yeah, that's
Spielberg.
my favorite.
You can't go wrong there.
Yeah, and just remember your inverted control.
Oh
So
yeah, okay.
you may want to change that. I know some people it's hard.
No.
Wait. You gotta do apply. You gotta hit the square button to apply.
I can't believe he killed them.
Okay. All right.
5 minutes later.
I have no idea what I'm doing. So what's my flashlight?
Oh, I think it's one of the top left buttons.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you want to go around and search the drawers in the
play the piano?
houses, and
Another
Not
girl in a
in this
bikini.
game.
This isn't Skyrim. You can't just stop and read a book. Just-
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Where's the smithing table? Oh,
geez.
does that mean? That's the fuse box. Okay,
Yeah.
I need a weapon.
Yeah, you have
Maybe
a
I should
frying
just
pan.
run away. I know. I'll run upstairs.
Yeah.
that always is.
So how about you guys? Some favorite films?
I already gave mine.
Oh, we get Perfume.
Yeah, I don't. I do the same thing. I always like cop out. It's hard to.
He's right behind me.
It's hard to say what my favorite film would be. I don't know. I feel like every time I watch Pulp Fiction, I'm always amazed at how good it is.
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
It's just such a well-structured movie.
Yeah.
Such a good romp.
To pick up the weapon, you pick up a pie.
I'm gonna make
He
some
passed up the
macaroni.
shotgun, the flare gun. There's a baseball
There we
bat.
go.
Oh, and the gas is off to your right.
Oh, baby. No. I want to be MVP.
You just passed the gas.
Did I?
Um,
Ah,
Oh,
come on.
can't hold
Nope.
a gas can and a bat at the same time. That's
I'm
nuts.
a little struggling with these
Yeah.
controls. Oh,
oh,
don't
so that's
bump me.
Jason.
I'm just gonna jump. I'm just passing through. Oh man.
Just defenestrate.
See, I'll run
Yeah.
past this person.
Oh, yeah,
Jason will kill
I
them
have to do
instead
it.
of me.
I have to
No,
be
don't
faster
follow
than
me.
this person.
Okay,
trying to find
so
the
you got a
boat.
car coming
there's
up
a
if you
car.
keep going
Yeah, there we
straight.
go. I'm gonna almost have stamina.
You are. So if you crouch and just kind of stand still, it goes up quicker.
Oh, we need
But-
the battery.
Yeah, and you also need keys.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I
So
gotta do
yeah,
it
you have to
again.
hold it down.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
person's just dancing.
Okay.
Ugh,
Oh no!
tricked you.
Oh no!
I don't. They're having some
Oh,
sort of
no.
party. Okay,
Oh,
so
geez.
Jason's
Oh, no.
heard that, and he's like on his
Oh.
way.
Oh,
You're
boy.
probably dead. Oh no, they shot him.
Oh,
But you should probably just like leave the gas free.
how do I drop?
Push down on Okay. Ah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
oh,
Yeah, run at this point.
Oh. Oh, looks like. Oh, oh.
no, please.
Yeah, he's on you.
I should have never put down my pot.
That's the lesson you learned.
Oh, he might have. No.
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
hide, if I'm sneaky enough.
Yeah. He's the
Oh, I see
red
him on the
arrow.
radar.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the end of that. Oh, oh,
Oh,
no.
my neck bones.
No, don't do that. Just staring longingly into my eyes.
She's gonna pull through, right? Oh!
Yeah, Corey, she's gonna be fine.
What is it? It's just red jelly,
She's
right?
just sleeping.
It's just strawberry jam.
She went to the
She's
farm.
gonna go to a farm upstate.
So now you have 15 minutes to watch.
Watch someone who's
Yeah.
better at this.
Oh, man. Might
Oh, is
turn
this
into-
Tommy? No, that's not Tommy.
No, you could come back as Tommy. That person has the battery. So,
It's,
Should have put on some
aren't
like
you
a towel or
cold?
something. That's just
gonna
not
do-
practical.
Screw Jason, you're in hypothermia.
Haircut, too.
Yeah, jeez.
you know, the 80s were a crazy time.
Oh,
That's unnatural. I like in horror movies too, the bigger the boobs, the faster you die. Always.
Right.
What's the
gotta-
rules like in Scream? You can't have sex. You can't get drunk. You can't say "I'll be right back." Never go upstairs. I always corner him upstairs. Oh,
Yeah, you know, Scream was one of those films, since you were born in 1988, Scream was one of those films when it came out, that the horror genre had just been saturated with just garbage. And I'm not saying that, like, the Friday the 13th series didn't contribute to that, or Nightmare on Elm Street, but like there were a lot of bad slasher films, and then Scream came out, and of course, like being a horror fan, I had to go and watch all the horror films, especially the bad ones, and so I didn't expect much from Scream, and like I knew it was like Wes Craven, and that was pretty much all that I knew about it going in, and like that opening 10 minutes, I think is like perfect cinema. There's problems, but as
with
far
the
as
popcorn, that's a pretty iconic scene
with Drew Barrymore, like that whole 10 minutes is just it's just really tense and well done and creative and clever. And at the time in 1996 when this film came out,
What's holding that flashlight up?
It's like a clip, right?
So when that film came out, it had an impact, because it was like, whoa, here's something that's similar, but is also extremely different and extremely interesting. And I really enjoyed the series overall. The first and the fourth I really liked. The second was okay, and the third,
I think the only ones I ever saw were the first and second.
yeah, you could, it's one of those series that if you just see the first one, you'll be fine.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna get to the full 15 minutes.
Is that how many left now? 2?
Just one.
Just one.
Oh no, 2. Never mind. We got Saved by the Bell and Leopard Print. I used to have a blazer or a
windbreaker.
Yeah, it was like a windbreaker that had like a bunch of like purple, and it had like that design, but like down the sleeves. And the other kids would call me Saved by the Bell when I wore that one. I never forgot that.
Do you know what Saved by the Bell is?
It's just show, yes. I'm not that young. Oh my god. I never really watched a lot of it, but I remember it came on Nickelodeon. Or was it Nickelodeon?
I think it was TBS.
Originally it was on NBC,
no,
yeah.
it might have started on Nickelodeon, and then it got picked up by NBC.
Right, because it was originally, they were like in middle school. It was like a different show.
Yeah, it was like Miss Lizzie's class or something like that it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, you teleporting.
But yeah, NBC sounds right. I remember when that would come on. And then the new class happened.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when. I think I was probably like the target audience for Saved by the Bell at the time. But I remember not liking it very much. And, it was just.
Next time was it.
Yeah.
You go back through it. He's really terrible to his friends.
No.
Oh.
So there was just one.
And then there was one.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Was there a horror movie or anything that you might have seen too young that stuck with you for a long time?
Oh, The Exorcist.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, God. I have a very traumatic story about The Exorcist. And I've told it different times at different conventions and panels and stuff. But basically, when I was really young, my older brother and my cousin, who's around my brother's age again, I was probably about 4 or 5 at the time. And so they were 8 and 9, and they didn't want me hanging out, and so they were watching The Exorcist, and I remember like peeking through the crack of the door and like seeing the scene with Reagan like floating on the bed and like going all crazy, and then like I kept bothering them, and So they ended up across the hall from my cousin's room was the attic stairs, and they ended up locking me in there. And so I just had like this sliver of light as I was like pounding on this door, which it felt like forever. It was probably like 5 minutes, but like, you know, I was in this dark, and yeah, and that kind of messed me up. And so like I have not ever seen The Exorcist all the way through. And I don't know. I don't know if it's because of that, or I don't know. Demon possession, now looking back on it, just doesn't really interest me too much.
Mine's Fire in the Sky, Alien Abduction.
Yeah,
Was Christopher Walken in that one? No, that was
the end of that movie is
They
pretty
cocoon
creepy.
People in like goo. And
It's funny, yeah, because the rest of the movie isn't scary, but that one scene where they're in the spaceship. Spoilers. I mean, if you haven't seen Fire in the Sky yet.
Ooh, where's the map?
There's many.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's that center. That's a button, technically.
Oh, that thing's a button.
Yeah,
Get
that
outta
always.
here, please.
They're all buttons.
It's like a touchpad too. You can sometimes like.
When you said
Sorry,
Fire in the
Melissa,
Sky,
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
at first I got it confused with Rain of Fire, and I was like, the dragon movie.
No, Alien Abduction, and that caused years of alien abduction dreams.
Oh,
See, that always scared me the most because that like is kind of plausible, or at least more plausible to me than like vampires and werewolves. Though I don't know, I'm starting to kind of maybe be convinced that vampires might be real. I'm not sure. I don't know. Just the more I think about it, you never know.
Sure, why not?
My husband Ian saw Psycho when he was really young, and apparently until he was like late teens, every time he'd get up in the middle of the night to go pee, he'd open the shower curtain. I'm sure he'd love that I'm telling this story, but
I remember it's not a movie, but Doom like really scared me when I was
Really?
little. Yeah, like the old the pixely one.
Yeah.
Like the
Kyle MacLachlan?
no Doom, the game Doom.
Oh, the game. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Doom.
Oh no.
Doom.
I was like, okay, the giant worms, you know.
Yeah, even though like at the time it's all pixels.
Yeah.
The like bull demons really like freaked me out when I was little. There was also a game. What was it called? I think it's called something like Of Light and Darkness. That like scared the crap out of me, and it was like not a good game.
What am I gonna do?
But the premise was like it was some kind of it was like a religious like reckoning kind of thing,
I
and
did
so
that a
you
lot.
had to like you have to like find clues, and there's like
Was it like a Silent Hill kind of game?
it was more like a point and click adventure kind of
Oh,
game.
really?
But
Ooh,
there's like plague rooms, so like it was just really creepy atmosphere. Like it wasn't scary, it was just really creepy. So if you ever find like videos or let's plays of Light and Darkness,
Maybe we should try to find that.
make you relive.
no,
There
I
was a
can't relive
level in Silent Hill 3 that literally made me get out of the chair and hide behind the chair. And I was in like high school. Like I wasn't even that young, but it was just like it was the hospital level.
Oh, the hospital.
Yeah, it was the hospital level in 3 was just the hospital level, and all of them are always like really creepy. But did you play the Silent Hill games?
I love the Silent
Yeah.
Hill games.
Oh, I gotta find them.
I'm very disappointed that they've announced that they're not making anymore. Who knows if if that's gonna happen? But right now, it doesn't seem like they're gonna make a new one. But
What do you
that's-
think of the
yeah.
movies?
Like
I really liked the first one. The second one was weird. But-
yeah, so they suffer a lot from like a lot of
No.
mid, like late 90s, early 2000 films relied heavily on CG. And that's one of those movies that just kind of...
Didn't age well for you?
Yeah, you know...
I'm going to have to rewatch that one, because I remember the first one looking pretty good. Because they used actual, that was one of the things I liked about it, is they used dancers for all the monsters. And so like Pyramid Head and all the nurses and stuff, yeah, they use dancers to do the different contortions and stuff.
Crap.
Oh, tripped you.
So that means it's probably gonna... son of a bitch!
There's two. What? Or did you just step in the same trap?
No, once they go off, they're...
Oh, there's like 3 right there.
There we go.
Alright, let's see if you can do this mini game. I guess it's always L1 or L2.
I think it's L1
Or R1 or
crap.
L1.
I got it.
Get out my car, you motherfuckers.
Oh.
I died.
Yeah, let's just take me.
I know.
You're devoted mechanic. Oh wait, I thought you were gonna come back as Tommy. I was excited.
That's a possibility.
Can we back out, or I guess we just want to
I mean,
stay?
you can back out and try to find a new lobby if you wanted.
Yeah.
Just leave that.
Rage quit.
This game sucks.
You stupid lag.
Ugh.
Freaking lag killed me.
Just a quick play.
So what's up next up on the docket for you? You working on anything currently, or?
Yeah, you know, so I just finished working on a short. So I also do like special effects, CG.
Oh,
effects.
nice.
So I just got done. But okay, so again, let me back up because I do like to make everything complicated. So I love CG that you can't tell is CG.
Yeah.
So basically, what I do is like if a film has like practical effects, but like there's lines showing around like the wound or anything,
Yeah.
I go in and I clean it up.
A little brushwork.
Yeah. And so
I'm familiar with that. I've done a bit of that. Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of what I do, and I just finished up a short for a director here in town. Her name is and I'm gonna butcher her last name. Forgive me, Dana. Her name is Dana Nofke, I believe. Sorry, Dana.
Nofke.
And I have a hard time with remembering names and like pronunciation. So she directed this short little film called Teaser, and she asked me to just touch up some stuff, and so I did that. And we're in post-production on a feature called Haven's End, which I produced, and I'm doing the effects on that. And that was directed by my production partner, Chris Etheridge, and that was written by another friend of ours, Michael Harper. And we filmed that last year, and again, people out there who are not in the movie industry. So we filmed it last year, and so we're just kind of nearing the end of post-production, and I'm kind of going in and doing digital gunshots and.
You do mostly After Effects? Is that your?
Yeah, I do After Effects in Cinema 4D for 3D elements, and yeah, and then like a bunch of like different plugins to go with After Effects.
Do you ever play around with Blender?
I have. That's like a freeware, right?
Yeah, that's the one, because I tried to
yeah.
learn Cinema 4D and I didn't really take to it, and then I ended up getting Blender because it was free, and I don't know, that's the one I kind of fell in love with, but it seems like Cinema 4D is just kind of high.
Ah, surprise.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like whatever you learn on.
Yeah.
Because like I'm totally a PC person, and I know like a lot of people like just cringe at that. Maybe not nowadays, but like there used to be like the Apple cult. But it was just something I prefer, and so yeah, like editing I would always preferred Adobe and the Final Cut, and I mean I know like how to use them more in theory than practice.
Yeah.
But, I just prefer Adobe stuff.
It's funny to me watching Adobe take back the market share, because when I was in school, it was Final Cut only, and I had come from high school. I had learned initially on Premiere, and I had a professor. I remember she was like, "Nobody edits in Premiere. Nobody's gonna take you seriously if you edit in Premiere." And now that's all anybody ever works in, because it's so compatible with any kind of footage or any kind of and then the cross compatibility with After Effects and everything too.
Yeah.
But,
By the way, Dana was actually the presenter at Terminus as well.
oh really? What did she present? What?
She was on a panel with Blair Bathory, the indie horror story.
Was that this year?
It was Sunday.
Were you at Terminus?
Yeah.
She did 2 panels with us.
Ah.
Yeah. Why did I not know that?
Oop.
I feel like I should have known that. 'Cause I was there.
Maybe you did and you just
I don't.
forgot.
That whole weekend. It was a wonderful weekend, but it was like so blurred.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
But I mean, it was such a great time. I mean, Robert De Niro showing up and like get to hang out with like the effects artists from Marvel, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm sorry, I missed Dana and Blair. We actually just did a panel recently at Monsterama. We did a Women in Horror panel, and that was fun.
What are you doing, Corey?
I wasn't. I must have accidentally like hit that.
So at Terminus I did 2 presentations. One on transgender characters in media, and then the other is writing transgender characters.
So I got to see both of those, and they were great. I really enjoyed both of those panels.
There's a map.
Oh crap!
And for anybody watching, I am transgender, and so so I had I knew Charles Judson, and I knew him from I was like maybe the 48 Hour, the Atlanta Film Festival. So I've known him for a while, and for a while, like we were Facebook friends for a long time. Yeah, that's the problem. And so like I saw that he was asking for submission ideas for different panels and stuff, and I had actually just come out as transgender, but before that I was always like kind of on the sidelines, and I had created different kind of secret groups for transgender filmmakers, and basically establishing a network of, okay, well, this company is friendly to work with, avoid this company, this is a good, so for the, you hear about the transgender agenda, we got one, and it's making sure that we're not working with a bunch of dicks. And so I did that for a while. So when I was able to finally,
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a shot there. And so once
R2, I think it's sorry, I didn't cut you off. But.
No. Once I was able to finally come out and speak publicly about it, it's always been like trans characters in the media, especially like it's getting a lot better now, but like in the early, like 80s and stuff, when I first understood that, okay, like I'm different than all the other children, there wasn't much references or source material, and what was out there was very fictionalized and not really accurate. And so, you know, as a child going through that, through that development, it was. Sorry, I got caught up in the game. It was, you know, it was frustrating because it was like, you know, like I knew, like I felt, you know, like, you know, I knew that I was a girl, but I also, you know, like the only real material that I had to see was like Jerry Springer or
it's very lowbrow and
yeah.
very kind of stereotypical and
right, and a lot of the early material involving transgender people or transsexual people, and transsexual is kind of an outdated term, but was, you know, it was like this negative stereotype of like Silence of the Lambs, where basically the transgender person, like,
not the best role model.
Right, they're you know, they're trying to trick somebody in some way. They're trying to deceive people. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, you know, like watching like that, like growing up, I was like, well, that's not me, and I'm not, you know, I'm not the Jerry Springer character. And so, you know, so like there was a lot of times, especially in high school, and this was pre-internet, and I know you all don't, maybe not remember that.
I do remember pre-internet.
I remember dial-up.
Yeah.
That's almost like pre-internet, right?
Yeah, sort of. So there wasn't like reference material, and when I got older, like a lot of the stuff that you would see, like, you know, just on trans people was, again, like in the porn industry,
it's a one-off.
You know, like just exploitation, and not really getting it right. So, you know, I kind of speak out on that these days, and just, you know, it's not hard to get right. You just have to want to get it right.
Right.
I saw a little bit of that series. What was it called now? Transparent.
Right.
Oh my god.
What did you think of that one?
So I've seen the first season. I was
terrible.
Like, I could identify with the main character, but I was a little disappointed. And you know, and I guess, like, I was disappointed that it focused more on the family and their problems than they did on the main character. Again, this is the first season. I haven't seen the other ones, and I really do need to catch up on it. But Jeffrey Campbell, yeah. I thought he did well, and you know, I believe the struggle. You know, like I could see a lot of myself in that character, as far as like you know, like, because I came out older and later in life, where you know, like I would have loved to have come. Yeah, I know there's like controversy about, but you know, like I've known and I've felt this way since I was like as long as I can remember, and I would have loved to have been able to transition a lot earlier in life. But that, you know, that wasn't an option then, and it wasn't even talked about then. The one scene that I really remember from Transparent is like, because he was a teacher, or she, and it's like after hours, and she has like this bag, and you know, has like this blouse in it that I guess she had just bought, and you know, she really admires it, but then is like getting ready to go home and then has to throw it away so that her family doesn't find out. And that was like my teenage years. It was like, and you know, it's called like hoarding and binging, because like you know, like I would you know, ride my bike to the mall and like buy a skirt or buy just something that felt more me, and I had to keep it hidden in my room. And then, like, you know, there was the confusion of, okay, well, I need to be masculine, or I need to be this way. So, you know, I would throw everything out. And I did that, like, numerous times growing up. You know, just because it would, you know, it was difficult. And so, yeah, so... it's good to see that people are becoming more aware of the issue. And obviously, like, right now, like, it's one of the, you know, buzzwords and hot topics to go to in politics. And
right, unfortunately, it's become like a...
Well, congratulations on your transition, and I hope it's...
I'm very glad
hope
you're
it
able
only
to...
goes smoother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's, I was actually, I was telling a friend of mine today that, like, for years of my life, I had, problems, like stomach problems, where it was just, like, constant pain, and to the point where I saw specialists and stuff. And since I transitioned and came out, I haven't had it. And,
Nice.
Oh, wow.
you know, and my therapist and everybody, you know, has suggested that, well, you know, you're holding all of this in, and you're holding it in for so long. Ooh, look, you're Jason.
Ooh, I get to be the murderer. I don't know how any of this works, but...
So, if you hold the R1 button, and then you hold the circle, it'll bring up your map, and you can morph. So basically, okay, so those two right things are the cars, and then on the right-hand side there is the phone. So you want to morph to the phone and trap that.
Oh, that's the wrong spot.
No, that was a power grade.
Oh, so you gotta wait for it to fill up.
Like cool down. I can't remember.
Well, everyone that I talked to that were in your panels from Terminus really enjoyed them, and the feedback we got was really great.
That's good.
We're live for submissions for next year, by the way. It's so you submit your game, submit your movie. Does that mean are tickets available, or?
Tickets are on sale currently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're set up in the Hilton.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Hilton Atlanta for all of you Dragon Con folks. You should be aware of which hotel that is.
Oh wow, that's. I have to say, as a presenter, you all like you take care of your people, and not just the presenters. You're passing the fuse box, by the way.
Do I need to trap it?
Yeah, so you push down on your little.
Wait.
Yeah, you kind of have to do your way. But no, you all like leading up to, during, and you know after. I was just amazed at how well you communicated and how well you know you just took care of us. All the guests that I spoke to, like in line, and you know just kind of hanging out.
Oh, I found people.
We're just, you know, it was nothing but compliments, and yeah, we all deserve
Oop.
Oh, she got me.
Maybe you can grab with the L2?
one of the left triggers.
I was just swing away, Meryl.
Oh, so they got the car started.
No.
Oh, jeez, that was fast.
No.
What the heck? Oh, no.
Oh, they crashed.
Did
We
they
grabbed
just
them
wreck
out.
it?
We grabbed them out. It's great.
Oh, flare gun.
I
Man.
heard you.
No matter
He's
what,
just
no matter what,
kind of looking at it.
you cannot
That
die.
person's
Oh.
yeah. it's
You
like, wait
can
for
never
me.
die.
Try the L2, see if you can. Oh, no, you got her.
I'm just hacking slash. Did somebody go in here? Oh, I have a.
Oh,
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 yep.
they got you.
Jason. Find them. Kill them.
Do it now.
We're hoping at some point soon that we'll actually get the panels from this past year uploaded.
Oh,
Or-
yeah, someday. Someday that'll happen.
So hopefully then you can pass that around.
So I had asked you after the panel if you had seen American Horror Story Hotel, the hotel season.
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Okay, because that was one of the. There was a trans character on there that's pretty. It feels like it's a good portrayal of it. You know, even the. Have you seen?
I haven't.
Hotel? Okay. It, like, you know, American Horror Story's got a lot of problematic characters, but it felt like the trans character was they were trying to make her sympathetic. Character's name is Liz Taylor.
How do I?
I think it's glitched.
Oh jeez. Oh my god.
Yeah, it glitched. They escaped.
Oh, good.
Oh.
No, I do remember. I remember that conversation and putting that mental note in the back of my head to check that out. And here we are. What, 3-4 months later? No, 3
What
months.
was it? Yeah.
I don't even.
June, July.
Time just flies.
Well, are there any works that are out currently that you do feel like have done well with transgender characters, or have been respectful at least, or portrayed in a good way?
I'm gonna say yes, but I'm also gonna say, like, right now I can't think of any because I don't know. I'm just like my brain is a little fried. Not from anything but just lack of sleep.
Magical knife.
You know, and I knew this question was gonna come up, and I have like in the back of my head. Yes, there are shows and characters that are definitely getting better. Modern Family had a trans character who was actually played by a trans person, which is, you know, kind of another thing that
fucking fence! No!
that I kind of advocate for is actually using trans people in trans roles.
Right.
I'm fucking this all
I
up.
found Orange is the New Black to be really fascinating, that when they showed Sophia's backstory, she actually has a twin brother that they used to show her free transition. So, which, if you don't know that, their resemblance is remarkable.
Are they twins?
They're twins, yeah.
I think I lost, guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
That's
you know,
alright.
Laverne Cox has been a great representative. Like, so you have Laverne Cox, and then you have like Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and it's like, it's two completely different people, obviously. But Laverne Cox is
Shutting the door.
poised and classy, and again, I don't know Caitlyn Jenner, and I don't know like her life, and but within the trans community, she does not really connect or really represent us as a whole very well.
Well, when you publicly support politicians who
Yeah.
actively
Or
try to
saying,
harm your community, I feel
Right.
like that says a lot about.
Yeah, that's you know, that's one of those
That's the
unfortunate
most
things.
delicate way I can think to put that.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is glitched. Yeah, I think you called it there earlier.
So is that just gotta
Rage quit.
You know, flip the board.
Yeah.
Flip the board. How long have we been running?
Hour? Over an hour or so? Hour 15?
Hour 24.
How are y'all feeling? Are either y'all in the mood for another one?
Yeah, you wanna go?
Here, there you
Yeah,
go.
keep going.
Knock it down,
You're,
knock it
you're
down.
so much better than we are at
Yeah,
this
we're
game.
not very good. I got one of them, guys.
Oh yeah, you gotta get your controller.
Yeah, very important.
Have you watched Baskets at all? It's a it's an IFC show. Louis Anderson plays Zach Galifianakis' mother in that, but he's not playing a trans character. Like, the character is supposed to be a cis woman, but he does such a great job with it. It feels like it should kind of be mentioned along with the other characters. It's look that up. He won like a Emmy for that role. But he does a great job. It feels it's like he's never the.
Googled baskets.
I know, right?
Baskets.
Okay, we got it.
Right.
Some beautiful looking baskets. Can we put some of those up on the stream?
Some baskets. Also some quality baskets.
Oh god.
But the fact that he's a man in a dress is never like the joke. He plays it as a Midwestern, as like a Midwestern mom, and you forget all about it. He does such a great job that I was just wondering if you had seen that and what you thought of a portrayal like that. That it's
I have not seen that. I can see like that kind of being problematic. Like, let me ask Melissa. Melissa, as a woman, like as a cisgender woman, how do you feel a cisgender male playing a cisgender female?
Or was it was a cisgendered male?
because it's Louis Anderson playing.
Oh, okay.
His,
I thought when
playing
you
your
first
mother.
told the story, I'm sorry I cut in, but when you first told the story, I thought you meant it was a trans person playing a woman.
No.
I feel like to properly answer that, I'd have to see how,
Right.
how it's portrayed, but I personally don't have an issue with it. As long as it doesn't become a joke.
Right.
I'm curious as to why that was the casting choice.
Yeah,
especially when there are plenty of women out there.
Yeah, and that's why
An older
I
woman
referred it to her,
especially.
because I don't
Sure.
feel like if it's playing a straight character, I don't feel that's like really a knock to the trans community as it is so much to female actors.
Right.
Well, and there's so many
It's-
older women who have a hard enough time in Hollywood.
Right.
that
That's
aspect.
true.
Basically, once you form wrinkles, you're no good anymore unless you're Helen Mirren.
Right.
So, I mean, I
It's-
could see that being problematic, but
Right.
Them all, Jason.
I heard a lot of like NPR interviews. There's like a good Terry Gross interview with Louis Anderson where he's talking about it, and I've heard interviews with Zach Galifianakis, and it seemed like it was just a character choice. Like, I think they didn't necessarily intend for him to do it at first. They were just like, I want the mother to be kind of like this, and then they're just like, oh, you kind of like Louis Anderson? And it was like, oh, do you think he would do the role? And so it was just like something that kind of happened organically just because he was the right person for the role.
yeah.
Not even necessarily that they were trying to make a statement with that at all.
Well, and you have something sort of similar with Bob's Burgers and the
That's true, yeah.
voice actor who does Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only
Oh.
female voice
Is Louise.
Is Louise, which is
Kristen Shaw.
Kristen Shaw. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What else did she do?
She was in
She was on. Well, she did.
Flight of the
Last Man on Earth.
Conchords, Last Man on Earth,
Yeah,
Gravity
Last Man on Earth,
Falls.
that's the one I
She
know
was
her
a
from.
correspondent on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I was. That's what I thought it was, but I was trying to make sure.
Very
Had that
distinctive
right.
voice.
Yeah.
Great actress.
Right.
Love Louise.
Sorry,
Right. Yeah, Louise.
Yeah.
But that's another good example of. I think that's actually really interesting because there are actually really like the character of Linda is such a great character, and Tina as
Crackers
well.
are coming to Pen. Oh, Tina's great.
Tina,
Yeah, Tina's just like a.
They want to hurt you.
Tina's just like that uncomfortable middle schooler in all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's like internet like theories and rumors that like Jean is gender fluid.
Sure. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Honestly, it seemed like all the kids seem very uninhibited. I guess they don't really have much in the way of hang-ups.
So this person is not playing. So I'm gonna do a crazy kill here.
Oh, nice. Oh no! Oh.
Adirondack.
Resourceful.
This chair's not comfortable at all.
Somebody in that house. That's okay. I want whoever's over here.
No!
This was the guy who shot me.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
pocket knife.
he's a feisty one. He's a fighter.
No matter what they do to you, you cannot
I
die.
like that it's a Swiss Army
you can
knife.
never die.
So, and I think I should mention that Morningside Monster that I wrote and produced, it will be coming out on Blu-ray.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we got picked up on DVD and streaming, and then and this happened to me with when the Creepy Tales films came out. We like the first one was actually like on VHS, and it was like right before.
Oh, nice.
Rather straightforward.
Oh, that's fast.
Don't stop, Jason.
So
They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we.
So we came out like Creepy Tales came out right as like DVD started to like really take off, and so like we had just come out on VHS, and then like a year later we came out on DVD. So we kind of had the similar thing where we got DVD, and then like although Blu-ray's been a little more established, it's it's kind of the medium of choice now. Whereas DVD's kind of like a niche to include for those
Yeah, it's on the way out.
So
I'm a holdout just because it's expensive.
Right.
I have such a giant collection.
yeah.
Yeah, why would you want to rebuy your whole library?
I used to have a movie stop not far from my apartment, and my husband and I would just weekly go clear out their clearance section.
Oh, I miss Movie Stop.
Yeah.
God, I can't even think of the last time I bought a physical movie. Where's it streaming at?
Yes.
Pretty much everywhere. It's on PlayStation and Xbox and
Crash 'em on the rock, or just
Choke out.
just gonna go ahead and choke you to death?
seems like, I guess they knew that I was playing Jason. I was like, okay,
My
let's do
Jason.
that.
That's
Why
my
bother?
Special boy.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to that call. I'm sorry, I got
you're-
distracted.
Well, you're very efficient at hunting people down and murdering them. I have to say, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Ooh, Halloween.
I don't know why it's not letting
Do you have
me.
a costume for this year?
I don't, and I do have a party that my wife and I are gonna go to. So I've kind of been slacking on that end. Do you guys all do Halloween?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I'm a sucker for haunted houses. I really liked. I did the zombie apocalypse a couple of years ago, and I've been really wanting to go back to that. But it's really good if you haven't checked it out. If you're in Atlanta, Netherworld's always good. Though I got a little like worn out on Netherworld.
Are they
'Cause
gonna
it's-
have a new location soon, or?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
A friend of ours, or one of our coworkers, had mentioned something haunted gate. Are you on that haunted houses Slack channel?
I am on the Slack channel.
Wait, there's a haunted houses Slack channel and I'm not on it?
Yeah, add Dylan to that.
What the hell, guys?
You just tag. Just, yeah.
Although I don't know how well I would lumber through a haunted house right now.
Oh, that's true.
What happened?
I had surgery on my ankle a few weeks ago. Old snowboarding accident.
Found out you're a mutant. Nightmare's Gate, that's what it was. Apparently you can get pacifiers for if you're too scared, you can put it in your mouth and it lights up and they won't like interact with you.
That's
They'll act with
hilarious.
people around you. Yeah. And also, the other thing she mentioned is they give little kids magic wands, and if they point the magic wands at the monsters, they're defeated.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I thought that was adorable. And they don't let adults have the magic wands. I asked.
Like, I want to be a little kid.
Like, I want to be empowered.
That's fun.
Ravenclaw, yay!
Yeah. Have you all heard of McKinley Manor?
Mm-mm.
So it's like this crazy extreme haunted house endurance experience. Basically they come and kidnap you and
Oh my god.
yeah, and it's pretty much like a Saw movie. Except, like real life.
Oh, I firecrackered you.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Magic.
Stupefy.
The second link that showed up was McKinley Manor victim speaks out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so there's teaser videos online. They don't show you the whole experience because you have to live it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy. You have to sign this waiver, and then you have to, and then they kidnap you, and then they just they make you eat weird stuff, and they throw weird stuff on you, and they lock you in freezers, and it's how is this
Sounds like a
enjoyable?
fetish thing.
Wait.
Yeah.
People make money for this?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's a little too
there's a challenge of how long you can last in McKinley Manor before you have to limp out. But it's
Weird.
I don't know. I didn't know if y'all heard it since you.
I never heard of that.
That's intense though.
What's going on?
I'm gonna have to
here?
watch some of the videos of it.
I'm glitching. I can't.
Oh jeez.
I can't break anything.
But it looks like the window's open, maybe.
Yeah,
That might
but
be why I couldn't-
see, it's still giving me the icon.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, that might be like a.
So maybe if I do a morph here, that will kind of break the glitch. No.
Oh, lame.
Must be a server thing. Oh yeah, because it's still.
That window.
Yep.
Magical.
Come on, Friday the 13th.
You unnoticed.
So yeah, the struggle of playing Friday the 13th game, so we were talking about this before, while we were having dinner, for the audience at home. So we were talking about how this game came to be and its development and stuff, and it had started as a Kickstarter project.
And you said you backed it? You were one
I
of the original
did.
backers?
I put in $30, and for that I got a digital copy of the game, and for that the game didn't work. The game didn't work for the first weekend that it was out, and then it didn't work well for the first 3-4 months.
Oh.
Really?
Oh god, he's looking at me.
Yeah. I was glitched. I couldn't do anything. Yeah, but so I mean they're almost. It
That's
almost
my boy.
seems like it's
Hunt
finished.
them
Okay, so
down
man,
and make
do
them
that.
pay.
But it, it like, and this was something I wanted to talk to you guys about because I love like video games and I love like the medium and like I said at dinner I said I grew up in the '80s, like video games were my jam, but I like where video games are headed now. Like it just really upsets me that like games like this can come out and they're clearly unfinished, and they're just like. It's like, oh, well, we'll patch it. It's like, like, that annoys me. No, I bought a game. I paid $30 for the game. I want the game to work. And then you go online and you complain. And then
That's early access, though. It's a gamble. I think Minecraft did that. And that was one of the first, because I got into that early. And it actually worked really well in its development cycle. Like, they followed through, and, like, the current builds, I mean, ever since beta, Minecraft has worked really, really well. And then I think the goodwill brought up from that indie development, early access kind of thing, kind of people thought it was safe to buy other indie, like, early access games, and it's kind of, yeah, it's just a gamble. You're buying something that's not finished yet.
And they have somewhere, but it's always been like really minor stuff when you think about it.
No matter what they do to you.
Well, the games today are so complicated that it's like there's so many things that can go wrong. I mean, you're talking about, especially in like a fluid multiplayer experience, it's like, because you've got to sync all the different machines and all the different actions and animations and stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I've just, like, I do a little bit of game dev in Unity, and I'm just starting to scratch the surface on all the techniques and protocols and stuff you have to know to get this stuff to work. Because it's like you're building a world. You're from scratch. So the fact that any of it works at all is pretty amazing to me.
No, I agree. I think that the art is great and the medium is great. It's just I want people to finish their game.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be upfront about it. If you are releasing, because that was what was good about Minecraft is they were like, okay, this is a beta, it's not done, but we want people to do it, and then we want them to try it out and give us feedback. But a game like this, like, we paid full price for this, and it's supposed to be like a done thing. So I totally get where you're coming from.
And then there was delays after delays after delays, and then there was supposed to be a single player, and then that got delayed, and so like the whole experience, and like the launch weekend when it didn't work. It didn't work on consoles. I think it worked on PC. But like all the console people were like, "Hey, it's not working," and the game developers were making jokes like as far as like, oh, we got it working, we're playing it just fine, and it's like, well, that's great, but the rest of the community, we can't play the game that we bought. So like that bothers me, and microtransactions or transactions.
That's just terrible. That's just a shameless cash grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced that new Star Wars Battlefront movie, and apparently it's gonna have microtransactions in it. Yeah. And like a lot of people who pre-ordered it. Oh, there you go. Is she the last one?
No, there's one more.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
What are the little red things on the map? They're this like little, because normally that's the symbol that Jason is when you're a counselor on your mini map. Is he's that little like red diamond shaped thing?
Oh, do you mean like when I bring up
the map? See, like there's a one up there at the top, the little red.
Oh, okay. Like, so that's one of the traps that I put down.
Ah, okay.
Someone had sprung it. So when it's when it's on your map and it's solid, someone had stepped in it at some point. When it's kind of like outlined, that it means it's still active.
Oh man, now I want to go camping. Or do I?
I would love to see like a Cabin in the Woods version of this,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you would play like not just Jason, but a whole bunch of different like movie monsters.
That would be a
Probably-
fun little.
Yeah, there's a similar game. It's called Dead by Daylight, and it has sort of the same mechanics. It's one on 3 or 4, but from what I understand, they have Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. They're getting Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw. And
Little
it's
grab bag
basically-
of.
Yeah, and it's again basically the same style of game where you know, you have one person as the killer, and then the other people can't do cool. Like if you wait too long, you can escape.
Yeah.
And
That'll
so,
get the job done.
yeah.
Oh, neck chop. That's new. Cleaning up.
Yes.
Jeez.
Kill.
6 out of 8. There you go.
Well, I feel that 2 people probably dropped out. I don't think anybody
Mommy
did.
is proud of you, Jason. But it's time to come home.
Mama's very proud.
Yeah, if they leave the game in the middle of the match, you won't get the kill point, and that's kind of annoying. But yeah, it says
Hard
no
crash.
survivor, so I don't. Yeah, I think they just kind of.
Oh, we got the bookish girl.
So.
All right, guys. Well,
I
that's
think,
probably a good.
yeah.
That sounds like a good stream.
Yeah,
Thanks for
good
coming
stuff.
on, Stacey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
that's
for
so much
having me.
fun.
This was, you got like I honestly like I drank the Terminus Kool-Aid. I love you guys, and I love hanging out with all of you. So thank you.
Well, before we go, is there anything else you want to plug? Any where you want to send people after this?
Facebook, you can look up Attack of the Morningside Monster and look for Blu-ray details. Facebook, you can check out Haven's End. And that's, you know, and yeah, let me like just tell you, Rob Prago's in that. A wonderful actor named Alex Zuko is in it. And Catherine Tabor is in it. And Catherine Tabor we worked with on Morningside Monster, and I was super excited because besides being an awesome on-screen actress, she's an awesome voice actress, and she did a lot of Star Wars voices.
Oh, cool.
She did the Twi'lek girl in Knights of the Old Republic, and then she was the voice of Padme on the Clone Wars TV series.
Cool.
And she did some voice work in The Force Awakens. So we got to work with her again, and I was super excited because she's really awesome. So she's going to be, so this is Haven's End, and she's going to be in it, and Rob's going to be in it, and Alex is going to be in it, and Hannah Fearman, who
she was on the show, yeah.
She's in it. So that was filmed here between Augusta, Macon, and here in Atlanta. So that's kind of a Georgia film. And then the short film I just did, Teaser, look it for that at like your festival scenes, and yeah, and just you can look me up online. I'm Stacey Palmer. Send me nice messages and cat memes. I like cat memes.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So,
All right, well,
Great, thank you so much.
yeah.
that's a Tuesday. That's stream. Check us out next week. We're gonna be
Who
having.
do we have? We just like booked some. Oh, we're gonna have Drew Sawyer
We're
next
gonna have
week
Drew.
from Moonshine Pictures.
Post-production.
Post production. Moonshine post production. Sorry, Drew. All right.
From Moonshine Ales. From Moonshine, just the drink.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Actually, just wave until I go.